Test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. I'm turning this volume down a little bit. Let me know how we sounding, y'all. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, Ken? I see you up in here. What's going on, Doug? Y'all can't tell, but I'm not at my desk right now. Decided to switch it up today because, again, if y'all was in the live yesterday, we took GBPJPYs. We hit TP. What did we hit yesterday? I don't remember what we hit yesterday. We hit TP6 yesterday. Then last night, as you can see, price flew all fucking last night. So again, when I tell y'all to follow the flow of price, this is why I tell y'all to follow the flow of price, because when that volume kicks in, it's going to go that direction more times than not, right? Same thing happened with the gold setup that we took yesterday. We caught a nice move, volume picked up, that thing flew all last night. So this is why I said we wasn't even going to go on the charts, because y'all know I like to at least look for a setup before news. But again, here's just here's some tip, right? Here's just some more game. If price already did a big ass move before news, there's no point in trying to look for a setup. Right, there's some times where there'll still be a big ass move happening, but we go look at GJ really quick. This thing, look at this thing right here. This thing fucking pumped already, and this was just Tokyo session. You see what I'm saying? So we also have news today. So depending on how the news plays out, we might see price continue to push, or we might see a retracement. Right, so I am kind of leaning towards a retracement. But that's why there's no point even going looking for some setups, because GU is still in reversal territory. NAS ended up flipping the script, and again didn't really do too much yesterday. So today we're going to be looking at possible NAS sales, possible NQ sales. We're going to be looking for continued gold buys, and then after that we're going to be also looking for. I kind of want to make this stop loss tighter. I might make it a little bit tighter. Right, but we're going to be looking for gold buys, we're going to be looking for NAS sales, and we're going to be looking for GJ buys. And depending on how GU plays out after the news is going to determine if we're going to be looking for buys or sales. Make sure to go ahead and like the live. Y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Again, we took these setups live yesterday in the live stream, and I made some folks mad because not only did Buddy flag and report my live on TikTok yesterday, shout out to those on the TikTok live, but then he decided to spam my comments. He's blocked now, but then he decided to spam my comments and report, this dude's a liar, this dude's a liar, this dude's a liar. But literally, if you hit the first link in the description, join the free signal for Telegram. I literally told y'all Monday we was looking for GJ buys and gold buys, right? And then when we went live, we literally took GJ and gold buys. So, I don't know how I'm a liar, but, that's just hilarious as hell. But shout out to those that's in this live, y'all. So, again, the reason why we didn't go live is because, again, there was no point. There was not going to be any setups. And the more you're on the charts, the more you're going to be able to tell when you should just wait to the next session or not, right? Because y'all know I like to trade London session, but at the same time, if I know there's not going to be a setup London session, there's no point in being on the charts, looking for something, right? Because, again, we look at London session here. Look how price consolidated. We've just been watching paint dry, right? Obviously, we still would have asked questions. We could have still answered questions and shit like that. But we can see here, price did not do shit London session. Again, London session did this drop, failed to hold as resistance. So it's not like we missed anything, right? And then again, we caught this big ass GJ move. I didn't catch this whole move. I got wicked out the next a couple zones above, but this thing ended up being a beautiful 1 to 7 RR. Again, this was where we hit TP6. You can see how I turned this resistance low into support. Then the volume just kept on pushing, and then that thing proceeded to fly all Tokyo session, right? So again, that's why we didn't really look for a setup going into London, because again, we look at London session, nothing happened, right? So we didn't miss a thing at all. All right, y'all. Make sure to like the live as you hop up in here and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I got an update. It's going to be updated tomorrow, but that's obviously how we ended December. Got to post how we ended, January. It's already February, which is crazy. But again, hit that first link in the description. We went 20 wins, 3 losses last month, giving us an 87% win rate, catching 111,000 pips, which is not bad at all. Again, you click right here. It's going to take you to the beginning of the month. Everything's data, time to document. All wins and losses are posted. Then you also see how we ended last year, all 12 months combined. So we're absolutely killing it, y'all. We're killing it, y'all. Got a new video dropping for y'all. I just had to wait for my trades to play out because I'm doing a trade breakdown on either GJ or the goal setter we took, but I just had to wait for the trades to play out so I can, do a full trade breakdown on them. So that's going to drop either today or tomorrow, but I do got some new trade breakdowns dropping for y'all. And I do got some more videos to add to the day trade tips playlist too. I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so just be on the lookout for that. But y'all already know the drill, y'all. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. And if y'all was not in yesterday's live, definitely make sure to watch yesterday's live because we had a lot of good questions asked. And again, we took GJ and gold setups live during yesterday's live stream. What's going on? Is y'all see you up in here? No. I'm out of GJ, right? I closed out of that thing, right? After that thing exploded, I closed out after it hit this level here. And as you can see, this was when Tokyo session started, and then it flew all Tokyo session. So I'm not in GJ right now. I'm going to look for a possible GJ setup, but I kind of want to see it retrace some because, again, it's already did a big-ass move for the day. And like I always tell y'all, when we see a big move already happen, and London session just started and New York session hasn't started yet, because again we're on the daily time frame, right? And this is a daily time frame. This is what price did yesterday. This is what price did Friday. You can see that we already did a big ass move that price would do on a daily basis, right? So if we already did this big ass move before New York or London session started, we're either going to see price make a normally large candlestick like this day, or we're going to see price retrace and or flip the script, right? That's what this is what causes these wicks a lot of the times as well. So we're still going to look for buys, but I'm going to try to look for some retracements during New York session, then look for a buy setup. Just because, again, I just don't want to get caught in a retracement, right? Buys are still valid, but again, you always have to think about all the possibilities. A lot of traders, they just look at a setup and they're like, oh, okay, this can happen. They only think of the positive things that can happen, right? Oh, if I put this lot side or this contract, I can make X amount of dollars. Or if I take this setup, it could do this. Okay, but it could also do that, right? You could also lose X amount of dollars. It could also go the opposite direction. So every trade you take, you need to weigh the pros and cons of what can happen, both going up and going down. And when you do that, you'll be able to make a better decision whether you should take a trade or not. You see what I'm saying? So I am kind of leaning towards GU because GU hasn't really done too much, but it's still got a little bit of work to do, right? Still got a little bit of work to do. It's still kind of a reversal territory. So I got to change my alert set really quick. Boom. And then change this one right here. Right, so it's kind of in reversal territory. I am leaning towards sells, but I'm not going to go for sells unless we break below 36.85. So we break below 36.85, we can look for sells. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take a sell setup personally. Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here. Again, we got the infamous ADP at 8:15. Going to be going live with the members and students during that. So members and students, make sure to be on the lookout for that. But again, the game plan for today is as long as NAS can maintain 25,450 as resistance, we're going to look for sales because, again, they did do a small buy setup yesterday, but it flipped the script. So now we're back in the bearish momentum territory. So we're going to see if we can break through this level here. We're going to see if we can break through this level right here. And then gold, we're going to be looking for continued buys as well. Again, we took this gold buy here, range here a little bit, then Tokyo session market reopen, ended up flying to the upside. But yeah, GJ is doing a nice retest right here. But it's almost time for the news, and y'all know I don't like to trade right before news. I just wanted to go live still just to go live, but at the same time, I didn't really want to watch paint dry or anything like that. So that's why I was like, might as well just go a little bit later in the day, or in the morning, I should say. What's going on, new to trades? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? yeah, we're just watching the charts, y'all. Again, on news days, you don't understand how to trade news days, become a playmaker, because we go live at least 1 or 2 times a week during high impact news events. We went live twice last week, and if you join, you have access to all the past recordings and all that good stuff. But if you're not a member yet, again, use discount code LOCKEDIN for 25% off. But not only locked in for 25% off, but also you go to the How to Trade News playlist on YouTube. You can kind of see how we trade about news days as well, right? So again, news is always going to go with the flow of price. It's either going to help price continue a trend, or it's going to cause a reversal to possibly have a trend change. And that's a little bit what we was talking about in the weekly analysis. So if you did not watch the weekly analysis, make sure to watch that. All right, even though it is Wednesday, still watch it. All right. But yeah, there's some potential good setups today. I'm not gonna lie. There's some potential good setups today. New 5 minute just popped up. I'm really interested to see what GU is gonna do today, though. We're 2-0 so far this week. We didn't take any trades Monday. We took 2 trades yesterday. Both of them hit the final TPs. GJ went absolutely crazy yesterday. So let's see what the market's got in store today. Appreciate all that like the live. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at 4,700 subscribers. We can get to that easily. Be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at the charts, drop in the chat. Again, I'm personally going to be waiting until after the news, so because it is 6 a.m. I'm just letting you know what the game plan for New York session is. So again, I'm going to wait for the 8:50 news to pop off. Then I'm going to wait to see what 9 o'clock, 9:30's got in store, and then we're going to see if we're going to catch a setup. Right, going to go live with the members at 8:15. See how the news takes place. I'm having a good feeling that today is going to be some volume, but we still just have to wait and see because we still got some news events the rest of this week. But last week we didn't see any action during the high impact news, so you know, in a perfect world we'll see some fucking action today. But you know, we still got to wait and see. But there are some nice potential setups today. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop in the chat. We got a lot of interesting setups today. But this is the side of trading people don't talk about, right? It's not always you jump to trades and action. It's not fast paced. Trading is actually slow paced. Even if you're a scalper, it's still slow paced. You still want to wait for price to come to you. You still have to wait for your confirmations to be met, and you still want to wait for your setups to play out, right? You never just want to jump into shit. so GJ's a nice setup here, but I'm not gonna take this setup. I'm sticking to my rules, y'all. I'm sticking to my rules. I'm not gonna take this setup. Like I said, we caught that big ass move last night. And again, for anybody that's talking about there's no volume, Tokyo session, Asian session, literally at the start of Tokyo session, 8 o'clock, boom. 1 o'clock, 2 a.m., boom, right? Gold, I'm pretty sure gold didn't move Tokyo session, right? Yep, market open, Tokyo session, boom, right? So again, there are setups every session. Every session is going to have low volume, every session is going to have high volume, every session is going to have a slow day, every session is going to have a good day, right? I literally have members that literally only trade Tokyo session, and they are profitable in winning trades every week, right? So again, it does not matter what your work schedule is, what you got going on. That's the beautiful thing about day trading, especially on the forex side and the future side. The markets are open 5 days a week. Well, forex 5 days a week, 23 hours of the day. Futures like 22 hours, 20 hours of the day. But again, it doesn't matter what your work schedule is. It's always gonna be a setup. But yeah, we got some nice sets getting lined up here, y'all. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. Like I said, I'm planning on switching it up this year with how I do things. I'm still doing some experimenting and planning, but I did make the decision that I am going to make a second channel strictly talking about crypto and stocks. Alright. That way this channel can still just be strictly day trading, and I don't throw people off or the algorithm off. I'll let y'all know, of course, once I make that, but I'm probably going to make that next week. I just have to make the channel and all that good shit. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just make a separate page for that stuff. And we'll see how that goes. And then just keep this like day trading. After what TP should I move SL and how far into profit should I move it? That's up to you. That's up to you. So the reason why I have multiple TPs is, not everybody takes not everybody's in Playmaker University or does one-on-one sessions. So the reason why I have multiple TPs is this is what you have to understand, right? So like for example, right, we have all these TPs right here. So when these TPs are hit, you will notice when I notify y'all when these TPs are hit, price is going to do one of two things. It's either going to reject or break through, right? So what you need to understand is, on top of what we talk about in the Lending Session Lives, watch the viewer price watch list, but you also got to stick with your game plan, right? Because again, most of the trades we take are minimum 1 to 2, high end 1 to 4. If they exceed all the TPs and keep flying like GJ did, it could turn out to be a 1 to 7 hard. You see what I'm saying? But if you look at the trades we take on average, they're like 1 to 4. On the high end of all the final TPs get hit, 1 to 2. If it goes like halfway, right? So what you need to do, you have two options. You either hold to SL or the final TP gets hit, or you trail your stop loss, right? Like for example, once we're at a 1 to 1, put your stop loss in profit. If we're at a 1 to 2, close or put your stop loss at the 1 to 1. When we're at a 1 to 3, close or put your stop loss at the 1 to 2. But it's up to you. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You can make or lose how much you want, right? That's why I tell you when the final TP gets hit to move SL in profit or close, right? Because at the end of the day, these are your accounts. You need to know what your daily goal is. You need to know what you're trying to accomplish with the trades you take every single day, right? So again, you either do what I said with trailing it like that, or you just hold to SL the final TP gets hit, right? Either way, you're still gonna be in profit at the end of every week. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, I move my stop loss based on the market structure. But again, you have to kind of understand what you're trying to go for, what you're trying to accomplish with each trade. Because every trade is different, right? Because again, if you look at gold did not do what GJ did, right? It hit the final TP, then rejected, right? Obviously, later on, it blew through that level. But with GJ, it hit the final TP, and then kept on exploding. You see what I'm saying? But not every time is it going to do that. That's why when the final TP gets hit, I always say what? Move SL in profit or close, right? But you should be trailing your stop loss as we go into profit. Now, I wouldn't say trail your stop loss after TP1, TP2 gets hit, but if we're at like TP3, TP4, definitely, trail your stop loss and stuff like that, or like I said, just hold the SO or the final TP gets hit. But always reference what I'm talking about in the London session lives and the New York price watch list, because I make my decisions based on the overall market structure. If I'm going to hold a trade longer, or not move my stop loss, or move my stop loss, or close the trade early, it's all depending on the market structure and the market conditions. You see what I'm saying? Everything's situational. Everything's situational. That's why I'm telling y'all, you gotta learn how to read the charts so you understand what's the best decision to make in every scenario, every setup you take. I think I'm gonna make the stop loss tighter. I don't like this big ass stop loss, I ain't gonna lie. I do not like this big ass stop loss. So I'm gonna do it like this. We don't even have to catch this full move. We just catch a 1 to 3 right here. Call it a day. That's a good question, though. And depending on how the ADP news goes, we might talk about that a little bit more with the members. I at least like to talk about that at least once a month because we get new members all the time. I honestly just need me to make it a video and then pin it in the channel to make things easier, but we'll get to that when we get to that. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit, y'all. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Again, y'all, pay attention to how price reacts to the levels, how it respects the levels, how it disrespects the levels, all that good stuff. Everything is important. Everything is giving you hints and explaining what is going on. All right, this isn't just buyers and sellers battling each other. It's deeper than that. New 15 just popped up. I ain't gonna lie, we might cut this one short too because again, I don't want y'all to just be watching paint dry and shit. But again, the game plan for GJ, I want to see price retrace, right? So if we can retest 214.40 or even 213.95, 214, we could look for buys. But if we do maintain 214.90 as support, we could look for buys going to 215.30. GU, we're kind of in reversal territory, so the game plan's kind of the same like yesterday. If we break below and maintain 36.85 as resistance, we could look for sales going to 36.65. Or if we break above and maintain 37.30 as support, we're going to look for buys going to 37.50. Just kind of depends on if there's volume and momentum after the news in New York session. NAS, we can see price retest 25.445, or if we can break below 25.330 and hold as resistance, we could look for sales going down to the lows here at 25.190 or possibly down to 25.36. And the gold, we're going to be looking for buys. We can see price retest 49.50 or 49.94, or if we can break back above and maintain 40 as support, we can look for buys going to 51.10. Alright, so that's the game plan, y'all. We're gonna be looking for possible buys on gold, possible buys on GJ, depending on how GE plays out buys or sells, because we're in that reversal territory still. And then we're gonna be looking at possible sells on NAS, unless NAS wants to continue to play ring around the rosy. I'm not looking at US30, but I am kind of curious to see what it does look like. Let's just take a look at it really quick, just cause. Let's just see what we got going on. Yeah, so US30 looks completely different from NAS. US30 is still bullish as hell. That thing wicked and flipped back up, which is interesting. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for the news to play out and see what happens after that, y'all. Again, after 8:15 news, I recommend just waiting for 9 o'clock, 9:30 before y'all take a setup, and then we'll go from there, y'all. But yeah, ain't nothing gonna be going on. We're not gonna be taking any setups, so I just wanted you to see what's happening on the charts and also why I didn't go live during London session. And again, when you kind of understand how the markets work, you can save yourself some time, right? We already saw, like I said, price did big ass moves Tokyo session, and then we had news at New York, so I already knew that price wasn't going to do shit London session. And as we see, price did not do shit London session, so we just saved ourselves some time. Maybe got some extra Z's in, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so we're gonna see what New York session got in store for us, y'all. We're gonna see what New York session got in store for us. So we're gonna be on till 7 though. Then I'm gonna close it off. So if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. But if not, just look at how the charts are playing out. You know, enjoy the music, like the live, check out the playlist so you know what videos you're gonna watch after this live is over. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Just posted some new posts for y'all yesterday. Yeah, we could look at Bitcoin. I haven't updated the levels on it to be honest. I just been letting it retrace. But like I said, I am gonna make a separate channel and start doing weekly analysis. Cause if y'all was here last year in 2024, you know how we wrote that whole thing up. We're gonna take a look at it really quick. Are you talking about for day trading or are you talking about long-term investing, right? So for long-term investing, we're going to reversal territory as well, right? So it's good to sell, but if we break past 71,470, 71,460, and we turn into resistance, then we're going to see price retrace pretty hard, right? We can see price retrace hard down to the lows right here, but if we can maintain this level of support, we could see price try to bounce back up to 81,000, 82K. And we can break past 82K and hold that as support. We can see price go back up to 96K, right? But it kind of depends on how the news plays out this week and if we can maintain this level of support or not. If we do not maintain this level of support, we could see a downtrend come into play. Because this is not a downtrend, y'all. This is just a retracement and a reversal, right? We had a higher high get made here. Price failed to break that high. This is a reversal, right? This isn't a crash. And we're definitely not in a downtrend because, again, a downtrend consists of what? Lower highs and lower lows. We do not see lower highs and lower lows yet. We just see price reversing. All right, but that's what's going on with Bitcoin. So again, it's good. You want to buy when things are cheaper. You do not want to be like everybody else that talks shit about these stocks and crypto, but as soon as the news tells you it's up 30%, those same people are like, oh, is it too late to buy? Is it too late to buy? You want to buy when things are cheaper, but when you understand how to read the price, you're able to mark up the key price levels, you'll know the best levels to DC and DC out at. So gold looks like it's trying to do a move right here. Again, I'm not going to take a trade though. I'm going to wait till New York session. I'm just going to let gold do its thing. But yeah, that's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. I took profits a few months ago. I have bought some more, but Bitcoin, like, let me tell y'all this about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is just the face of crypto, but Bitcoin is not the main crypto y'all should be paying attention to, right? So unless you got 25K, 50K, or 100K to put into Bitcoin, you're not going to make that much money with Bitcoin, right? I'm not saying go meme coin route, but look into altcoins, okay? If you get altcoins, these coins are a lot cheaper, which means if they increase in value, you will make a lot more off of them, right? For you to even make 50% gain on Bitcoin, Bitcoin is at, where is it at right now? Bitcoin is at 75,000. So for you to even make 50% on Bitcoin right now, it would have to go up a shit ton. But if you get you an altcoin that's $10 or less, or even the ones that are $20 or less, if a coin's $5, right, all it has to do is go up to $10 and you doubled your portfolio, right? If a coin is 20 cents, all it has to do is go up to 40 cents and you doubled your portfolio. You see what I'm saying? So you'll literally get a lot more bang for your buck. With Bitcoin, for you to make money with Bitcoin, you would have to have a lot of money to, you would have to like have close to a half a share or a coin of Bitcoin, right? Now I'm not saying don't get any Bitcoin because you should still have some Bitcoin, but that shouldn't be, especially if you don't have a lot of bread, like I said, like you don't have like 100K or some shit in your portfolio, that definitely should be like at least 30 or 40% of your portfolio, and then the rest should be into finance, tech, and VR/gaming. Again, finance, tech, VR, and gaming. You need to get y'all some altcoins in finance, tech, and VR, and gaming. Alright. Finance, tech, VR, and gaming. But yeah, it looks like GJ and Gold are about to try to do something. Like I said, we're just going to wait for a New York session. Shout out to everybody in the live, y'all. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. Again, if you did not watch the weekly analysis, still make sure to watch it, all right? Make sure to catch up on the videos. Make sure to explore the playlist. And like always, you want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. I'll respond to all messages. But yeah, going to be live with the members in about an hour and some change. We're going to see what the market's got in store for us. And we're going to see if we can catch another setup, y'all. We're going to see if we can catch another setup again. Do not force any setups. I'm definitely not going to force any setups. We're up for the week. We had an excellent month last month, excellent year, excellent week last week. There's no need to rush setups or do anything dumb and hurt our profits. You see what I'm saying? Again, whatever you're doing that see success with trading, you don't get cocky and switch it up. You continue to do what you're doing that's working, right? Trading and life's about consistency. All right, you're either going to consistently do the right thing and you're going to consistently see great results, or you're going to consistently do, the wrong thing and see bad results. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, we're about to go ahead and dip out of here, y'all. Peace. We out.